Hello, today we are going to go over perpendicular bisectors. This video will cover what is true geometry construction, what do I need to create construction, what is a perpendicular bisector, and how do I construct a perpendicular bisector. In antiquity, geometric constructions of figures and lengths were restricted to the use of only a straight edge and compass, although the term ruler is sometimes used instead of straight edge. The Greek prescription prohibited markings that could be used to make measurements. However, today we are not going to prohibit the use of a ruler. In fact, I'm going to highly recommend the use of a ruler, but a straight edge works as well, just as well. So for geometric construction, you will need four things. You will need a pen or a pencil, although I recommend pencils in case you make mistakes and need to erase them. You will also need paper, a compass, and a ruler. Now the compass will look like this compass on the screen here. Okay, your compass will have a needle point as well as a pencil that is attached to the compass. Okay, so it's a different kind of compass than like a north, south, east, west compass. Okay, this is a compass for geometry. Okay, so perpendicular bisector. First, we need to talk about bisect. What is bisect? What does it mean? Well, bisect, means to, and sect means to cut. So cut something into two, and particularly it means to divide into two equal parts. Okay? Perpendicular bisector. Now, perpendicular, the word itself, means a 90-degree angle or a right angle. They are the same thing. So a perpendicular bisector is a 90-degree line that splits the other line in half. So you will see here is a picture of a perpendicular bisector. Okay. The original line would be PQ, and the perpendicular bisector line is AB. And they would cross at point O in the center. And you see those little square boxes in the corner? That means that those are right angles. And of course, like I just said, right angles are 90-degree lines, 90-degree angles. Okay, so how do you create a perpendicular bisector? Well, the first step is to draw a line using a ruler. Now, of course, you could also use a straight edge. In this video, I'm going to be using the term ruler, but again, you could use a straight edge either way. So you see here, I have a line drawn in the center of the page. Okay, step 2, you will need to put the needle end, which is the pointy end down here, the needle end of the compass on one end of the line. So we're going to choose this line, this end first. So you put the needle point there, and then you would draw a semicircle down the middle of the line. Now make sure that your compass is set to a little over half the length of the line. Okay. Now if it's not set to over half, then your measurements will be wrong and your two lines will not cross each other. Okay. And then you'll have to start all over and you'll have to use that eraser, which is why you're using a pencil. Okay. So your first line will be drawn and it'll look like this. And you see here that curved line. Do you see the curved line here, the red line down the center or a little over the center? Now you see it's a little bit past the center of your line. Okay, you want to make sure that it's a little bit past the center or your next mark will not cross it. Okay, now step 3 is actually going to be repeating step 2, only you're going to be doing it from the opposite end of your line. So now you want to put the needle end of the compass on the other end of the line and draw another semicircle down the middle of your line. Again, now you need to make sure your compass is set to the exact same length as when you made the previous mark. Now that's a very important step, okay? Now, after drawing your two semicircles, your picture should look like this. And you see here, you have your two semicircles are crossing in 2 points, one at the top above the line and one at the bottom below the line. Okay, step 4 is you use the ruler to draw a new line connecting the two half circle crosses. So you want to draw your new line connecting this point up here and this point down here. So it'll connect those two, drawing a straight line down the center of your original line. Okay, and this is what it should look like in the end. As you can see, we have now created a perpendicular bisector.